Hey Atia, how you doing? This is Much Love from Kentucky. Hey, boo boo. This is my hair story, and I was kind of haggling over, even making this video. Could you let him out? Getting in, doing the video for the contest. I really was haggling over it because I have shared my story with, a long time ago, just my story in general, but never really just speaking on my hair story. Speaking on my hair story, it's always just been speaking on my story in general, like why I'm in a wheelchair, speaking about breast cancer and having cancer, you know. But as far as my hair story, it just basically my hair loss was due to chemo. Simple. Maybe once before in my life, like when I ended up in a wheelchair, I had a little bit of loss because of the nerves and things dealing with that, going from being able to walk all my life to, you know, it's what it is. So, but with me, when I knew I was going to do my chemo, I just cut my hair because I couldn't deal with like seeing long strands come out. I just didn't think emotionally I could wrap my head around that. Somebody to me it was like something taking something from me. You know what I'm saying? If that makes any sense, but that was how I rationalized it. Something was being taken from me. So I decided that I would just cut it all off. And, I mean, when I say off, I mean faded. I was faded, honey. But in that, cutting my hair down that low, yes, it's a downtown, you got cancer or whatever. But cutting my hair that low was one of the most liberating things I had ever done in my life. And to this day, I have never done anything as liberating as that, ever. And I do mean ever. It was something about being able to cut my hair and have it that low and still be confident in the fact that I'm still a woman. My hair don't make me. You know what I'm saying? And so it kind of helped me along a little bit better as they started to shed or whatever. And when you have it that low, it's pretty much boils down to it's just gonna kind of crumble, you know, and fall out. And just hit the palette. No, not on the box. There you go. Well, pause it. Sorry. So, you know, and the reason why I haggled over this because I was kind of like, I do have some wigs, and I would be lying if I sat on here and said that I don't have several wigs, because I do. Because I wasn't going, I needed my wigs or whatever. So I was kind of like, should I, you know what I'm saying, get in a contest? Should I do it? This is more or less me just sharing my hair story or whatever, And of course, a nice piece of Janet collection hair. Don't never hurt nobody, but I would be lying if I said I didn't have hair. And to be quite honest with you, whatever hair I would choose, I'm just going to tell you up front, I will be donating that to some woman that either is going through chemo and unable to get her one, or someone with alopecia areata, or whatever the case may be. So, I have to be honest, and tell you that, you know. So this is more or less just me, I don't know, just sharing, with other women or whatever, letting them know, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes when women lose their hair, it's really like, because there's so much importance put on hair as far as being a woman, and we so many other things other than a piece of hair. I ain't gonna say what my mother said, but my mother said ain't no man ever asked her for no hair, and if he do, she'll just direct him to the wig shop, because it ain't a woman he wants, it's some hair he wants. But she didn't quite use man, she used something else. But, it. I guess this is just my chance to maybe reach out and say to somebody, yeah, you lost it. Or even if you've lost it from alopecia areata, life goes on. Get you some nice wigs, lace fronts. There's so many more things out there now that, women can use while, you know, going through chemo, whatever, alopecia, whatever. And there's quite a few women here on YouTube that have alopecia and going through chemo or whatever, along with myself. I just, well, first let me say that I think this is a wonderful contest that you're doing. This is one of the most meaningful contests I've seen on YouTube in my year and a few weeks that I've been on. And also to say thank you to the Janet Collection for reaching out and doing this, because it's a lot of women out there who can't afford to get them a lace front, whether it be synthetic or whatever, especially if you're going through chemo. Everything's not always paid for by your insurance or whatever. That's a lot of things that are not paid for, you know, and so you're spending a lot of money out of your pocket. And when it comes down to her, it's either wrap a turban around your head, which I wasn't going to be able to do, or it's those locks of love wigs, which are not made for, I'm going to just say it, African American women. With that being said, other women, they are the wiggish looking wigs ever. And I know it's a sweet concept behind it, but it's a wreck. So, you know, and there's so many, like, just for instance, older women that may be dealing with chemo and have never had to wear a wig. So they just lost and don't know which way to go as far as a wig or whatever the case may be. What kind to get, how to do a lace front, what is a lace front, what's a full lace, what kind of glue, how do you do it, how do you clip it in if you don't have hair, what do you clip it to? You know, it's just a lot of things, you know. So, I don't know. This just was a really, really good contest. And like I said, I think it was a needed one because there's a lot of women out there who don't have hair. And with that being said, I'm not going to leave out men because men lose their hair too. So, you know, so this is my contest entry. The wig that I would like to get would be the Empress wig, the Remy Empress wig in a 1B. That's the wig I like. So with that being said, that's my hair story. And much love. I'm out of here. Bye.